To Woodcote, and Lafitte's coming out of Villeneuve's slipstream, and he's through as they go into Woodcote. Magnificent. Up into fifth position goes Jacques Lafitte behind Jody Scheckter fourth and ahead of Gilles Villeneuve, who is sixth. Gilles Villeneuve, a great fighting driver, as he showed us in the French Grand Prix in those magnificent last two laps against René Arnoux, when Villeneuve took second position from the Frenchman in the Renault. But it looks as though he's fighting a losing race. Is he going to be dropping back now with tyre problems, Jackie Stewart?
I think you're now going to see a situation where, first of all, the cars that we're looking at right here are going to be in a very competitive situation, particularly for the man who's in the blue car in the middle of this sandwich, and Jody Scheckter is really just ahead of him there. You saw Lafitte moving out just in case Gilles Villeneuve were going to do a cheeky one again to him. He's seen the performance on television, I'm sure, since the French Grand Prix, so he doesn't want to see anyone doing any nonsense on him. So it's a question now of him stalking Jody Scheckter. Jody Scheckter in the red car there with a white helmet, car number 11. He's going to be stalked by Lafitte, and maybe you're going to see another pass right now coming up to the Daily Express bridge there, and there you see him going on the outside of the racetrack. Can he do it? He's on the outside. Remember, this is the wrong line. He can't do it from there, dear Jacques, because the door is closed by Jody Scheckter. You can't do it on the outside of the corner. He's obviously testing him. He's in a strong position. He's now looking at Cobb's corner. Can he do it going in? He's at the right line this time, and he's done it. Clean as a whistle.
And that is trouble for Alan Jones. That's Jones, the leader. Jones, who has had such cruel luck in the World Championship Series, looks as though again he has been stricken by bad luck, and in the way he's coasting, it looks as though he's burst his engine, because he is now apparently without power. Jackie?
Yes, he burst his engine at the fastest part of the racetrack, and there you see the smoke coming out of a very sore Ford Cosworth engine. The smoke is belching out of the car now. As he came through Abbey Curve, suddenly there was an engine blew, probably something like a piston or a crankshaft broke, but the man who must be hopelessly disappointed is the man who's sitting in the car right now, the Australian Alan Jones.
Clay Regazzoni, number 28, is the new leader of the 33rd British Grand Prix. Only 10 seconds behind him is René Arnoux in the turbocharged Renault. In third place, it is Jacques Lafitte. In fourth place, it is Jody Scheckter, followed immediately by Gilles Villeneuve. And in sixth position, it's Keke Rosberg. And over to Barry Gill.
Alan Jones, this is the cruelest luck we've seen at Silverstone for a long time. What happened?
I don't know. Everything was going okay. I was only revving it to about 10.7. Braking fairly early, and the engine just let go coming up under the bridge into the chicane.
They're coming up now from Club Corner into Abbey, the 10,000 RPM, 160 mile an hour bend, and Schecter's gaining, and Schecter's going to take him. Jody Scheckter moving up and taking Jacques Lafitte as they go into Woodcote at the end of the lap, and Lafitte into the pits. Yet another car into the pits, and this is really proving to be a race of attrition. Number 12, who is now in fourth position, chasing Jody Scheckter. No team orders, but it would be folly indeed if Gilles Villeneuve tried anything wild. Would you expect him to, James Hunt?
No, I don't think he's going to try anything wild with his own teammate, with the pressure that you get from Ferrari. But I know that Gilles is a very hard charger indeed. He's an out-and-out competitor, and he'll want to get past Scheckter any way he can, so long as he doesn't take any risk. I don't think we'll see any bumping and boring like we saw in France, so. Yeah, Scheckter's just gesticulated to him. I think he may be in some sort of trouble, and possibly suggesting that Villeneuve goes past him, or else he may have been making a rude sign to tell him to keep his distance. I don't know. Let's wait and see what happens.
The rot has really set into this race. What retirements. World champion Mario Andretti. The brilliant young Nelson Piquet very early in the race. Ex-world champion Niki Lauda. Jean-Pierre Jabouille went in second place in the Renault. Ex-double world champion Emerson Fittipaldi, and into the pits goes Villeneuve. This is going to be the tyre change. Villeneuve in fourth position, into the pits, obviously for a tyre change.
And here comes Villeneuve. We thought it was going to be Scheckter, instead it's Villeneuve. Oh, look at this front tyre here. It's all torn. It's but it's extremely warm. They've been in 9 seconds. All the tyres are on this side, on the left-hand side. The right-hand side still slower. Slower, certainly, the one in France when they did in 18 seconds. They've been here for 20 seconds already. Villeneuve checking his mirrors to see everything's going to be all right. Certainly we shouldn't see anything like we saw with the Renault pit stop, but this is of course critical to the world champion. He's out in 37 seconds. Back to you, Murray.
There is John Watson, and John Watson in the M29, brand new first race McLaren, is now up into 5th position. And there is great news for British enthusiasts. Clay Regazzoni is leading. In 2nd place, Arnoux. In 3rd position, Jody Scheckter. In 4th position, Jerier. In 5th position is John Watson. And in 6th position, ahead of... There's Jackie X is 6th, and because John Watson has passed him. And this man is René Arnoux, who drove so magnificently in the French Grand Prix, just failed to get that 2nd place from Gilles Villeneuve on the last lap, and looks as though he is likely to finish in 2nd place in this race, the British Grand Prix, because he is on, just has completed lap 59, and there is a 17 seconds gap between Clay Regazzoni, the leader, and René Arnoux in 2nd place. It is not, of course, inconceivable that the positions could still change. This has been a race of so much drama, with Jacques Lafitte out of the running, the terribly unlucky, unfortunate Alan Jones out with 2/3 of the race completed, with, we presume, a blown engine, although Alan himself didn't know what had happened when he was talking to Barry Gill. But from the fumes that were coming up, it's obvious that there was something very dramatic in the engine compartment. René Arnoux then in 2nd place in the Renault, the turbocharged Renault, and this is the anniversary, the British Grand Prix, of the first appearance of this turbocharged Renault. And over to Barry Gill.
Well, as you can see, we're waiting in the Ferrari pit in case Scheckter comes in, but I've just talked to Mauro Forghieri, and in polite language, he said it's a do-or-die situation. They've been adding up the championship points. They know that Scheckter ought to stay there, that he could hold that 3rd position if only the tyres will hold out. It's up to Scheckter, but they're going to let him stay there and hope he can keep that position and keep his lead in the World Championship.
So, with the Swiss driver Clay Regazzoni leading, with René Arnoux behind him in 2nd place, out of Woodcote and down towards us at Copse come Jody Scheckter and Jean-Pierre Jerier. Jerier is going to take 3rd position, and he does. Scheckter moves over, and Jean-Pierre Jerier, the Frenchman in the Candy Tyrrell, has moved up into 3rd position in the closing stages. Scheckter. Gilles Villeneuve, I can look down into the pits area and see that he's out of the car, and there you can see for yourself. And when the driver gets out of the car, that's it. The race is over for Gilles Villeneuve, and Barry Gill is down in the pits.
Well, I've never seen a more disappointed driver than Gilles Villeneuve. He knows that this has really affected his World Championship. He came in, he didn't even bother about telling anyone what happened. He just climbed out of the car. But there's more drama here, because they're now getting ready to change the tyres on Scheckter's car. Just look at this pit scene here, with everybody ready for Scheckter, the World Championship leader, to come in. They're ready with fuel, they're ready with tyres, just in case Scheckter should make a dramatic last gasp pit stop. Back to you, Murray.
Lap 67 in this 68th lap race, and if Scheckter has to come in to change tyres, this is going to be sensational, because he will certainly be out of the World Championship points positions. There he is, and he's ignored the pit signal, and Jody Scheckter has decided to drive on. He will be able to see the condition of his tyres in his mirrors, and he must have made his own judgment that it's better to go on and risk it than come into the pits and certainly lose World Championship points. Jody Scheckter then in 4th position ahead of John Watson, and in 6th place behind the McLaren it's Jackie X. There is René Arnoux ahead of John Watson. John Watson is closing with René Arnoux, and it's getting very close indeed, and that means to say, could mean to say that John Watson is up into 3rd position, which seems incredible. René Arnoux is 2nd. No, still leading, it's Clay Regazzoni, still 2nd, René Arnoux. And there is Arnoux coming up to Scheckter to take him again, because he's already passed him once in this race. On his way then, in second place, Rene Arnoux, comment Jackie Stewart.
The problem now, and we see a great battle here in this just closing stages of the British Grand Prix. Jody Scheckter on the red car there, the second car in your position. Rene Arnoux is in second, but Jody Scheckter there, and John Watson is now closing up on Jody Scheckter, and it could be that John Watson could misplace Jody Scheckter. It's really been a race of mixes here, a race of tyres more than anything else, because the Michelin tyres certainly have not been able to stand up to the enormous adhesion they've been getting around the super-fast Silverstone circuit and warm temperatures here today. And the Goodyears certainly are doing well, and it could easily be here that the Michelins could in fact be getting into a major problem. So it's certainly a great day for Goodyear. 68 laps, he's on his final lap.
So Clay Regazzoni almost home to win the first race ever for the Saudia Williams.